Hello, 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 and it's Joe Ventures here, and I'm thinking about starting a new series where we don't do like a speed build or anything, but I just, whenever I feel like messing around making an enclosure, progress on my own zoos or whatever I can name them. I think this would be a fun little series, but I don't want to make this a too long a video because I only made a small enclosure. Here I made a aardvark enclosure. See, I just used this template map just in sandbox. See here how I what I've done here. So personally, I really like these paths where you can like change the terrain texture, so you can be like sand. You can also use whatever around here. So this is for aardvarks, which are obviously burrowing mammals from Africa. So I thought, and looking at reference of most aardvark enclosures, they tend to be very sandy or full of soil because they do love to dig. So I took a little bit of inspiration from that. So I made at least this area here quite sandy, so if they want to dig they can. See our aardvark sitting here. And they're pretty happy. See 89%. Pretty good habitat. Everyone's happy, hunky dory. Just having a dig. And they have red in here. Oh, wrong. See them use the enrichment. Aardvarks are just so cool. It's funny to see them walk around and then they sniff about. Made a little crevice here. They can come up here and walk around and do their thing. And then we have a lot of people try to use rock work to cover up the wood around the side of the foraging, which I did that. I think that came out pretty well. I like this in here as well. I thought that came out pretty good. Now this enclosure is pretty good to use for pretty much any small animal. You probably could. Just the thing is, might be a little bit, you'd have to modify it a bit for each species, but I specifically made this for aardvarks. Might put this up on the workshop. You can see the baby here. Isn't he cute? Keep clicking there. There we are. He's quite cute, isn't he? Oh. Who doesn't love baby animals? Aardvarks are so cool. So you see here that use some one-way glass just to cover up, so that because aardvarks in this game are, in real life, quite shy, so you don't want them getting seen too much. Now here is like the real coup de grace, I think, of this enclosure. I tried to make these little shelters here, very inspired by like a lot of zoos, like especially Australian zoos I've seen that have wombats. They like to make little enclosures, little shelters in the enclosure where they, because they're burrowing animals, they like the little burrows, so they try and replicate that and let them hide in here. So it looks like they're hiding in a burrow. I could probably, like, if you wanted to make it more realistic, I just thought keeping it African themed and making like a little building would look pretty cool. But if you wanted to make it more naturalistic, you could just add like rocks and stuff, make it look like a little cave. Cool if they made like an actual shelter type like that for animals like aardvarks and pangolins and small cats and stuff. Smaller animals that can crawl into and sleep along with guests being able to see them. I think that would be pretty cool. Here they are. They've put all the enrichment in here. I put two in there, so there's one here that you can come and see. Oh, he's going to use it already. What if this is our male? Oh, he's just running out. But they do come and sleep in there. How I made it was I just took those really tall pieces and just sank them into the ground. And it does work for smaller animals. They can walk through here, which is pretty cool. Put some education, of course. I wonder if you guys are connected to the enclosure. Oh, you're not connected to habitat. I think I'll have to move you a little bit. Cool. Just make sure everyone's connected. Oh, it's only minor rock work. You can fix it up and change it as you will. But I'm quite happy with how this came out. Well, I really do, like, it's quite easy to make some nice looking enclosures. I just use some common techniques that a lot of the famous keeper, zoo builders and Planet Coaster people use that sink trees and such. Just gotta be careful because some animals don't like that much terrain, plants in their habitat. These guys have quite a bit of plants, but as long as the other stats are quite full, you can have easily very happy animals in your enclosure, so that's not a worry. No, I think this just came out really well. It took me about an hour, but I'm really happy with this. I think I just want to get a shot of them in there, in here. I think I'll have to wait. We'll see. We'll follow him or her, him, because I got one gold. So look, now he's coming to here. See, they can come in here to sleep. See, I think you could easily convert this into less more African mud hut style and make it a little bit more naturalistic, if you like. But I really like it since the guests can come in here and see him. We got our luck. We got both of them coming in, so that they can come and sleep in here. Could probably make this even. The thing is that I put two in here because one wasn't quite enough for shelter, but I think that worked out quite well. Because in the wild, they'll often dig a bunch of burrows in the area that they're in. So like they'll wander around looking for termites, and they'll dig a burrow. Then they'll wander to another area, dig another burrow. So when there's a predator, they can just run to the nearest one they remember and use that for protection. And really fun thing is that a lot of animals steal these burrows, like pangolins, small foxes, small cats, and like turtles and tortoises, well, technically tortoises, use them for shelter. So they're kind of like a ecosystem engineer, which is really cool. You see here he's sleeping. Oh, that's quite cute. I think I'll have to take that for a screenshot. There we go, we got ourselves a nice screenshot, so we can use that for thumbnail. Nice. I think that's quite cute. You can see all the enrichment in here. I might put this on the workshop. If I get any recommendations, I'll more than happily do it. You can see this is just fun to muck around. I'm definitely going to save a blueprint of this so I can use it in other zoos. It's just that I haven't really had the motivation to really build a big zoo right now because it's hard to judge. Because I like to make a zoo with like pretty much every animal in it, and I kind of don't want to jump the gun, so to speak. But no, I'll definitely make more enclosures as I figure out controls more and improve. Yeah. I also made this. This is what I'm quite proud of this building as well. More African theme. This has got like a keeper hut, quarantine, staff room, workshop, and research center. It's all in here. And these are just whatever. I might have to make separate buildings for them. Really interesting to try and make a really big zoo with like humongous amount of animals. Oh, he's running out. And these animals are just incredible too. Oh, sniffing around, foraging. Interesting if they add a digging mechanic as well, like kind of like a reverse of the climbing. It's like animals need a certain amount of digging space. And make tunnels for them and such. Good for meerkats and stuff. Oh. Someone's having fun. He's digging. There's a termite mound I made up there. That's quite nice. Okay, I think that's it for this video today. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe as usual, and